It's almost installed.
Oh, it's me! Well, that's good to know that there's one level at it. Gotcha! Right here, come down. Come down here.
So, are you in a mission right now?
Yeah, it's the beginning one.
Okay.
Where? I hope customize around characters.
What, like clothes?
Oh shoot, they know I'm here. Oh crap, 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 crap.
Just gotta remember. Jesus Christ.
What?
Fucking car lagged out of nowhere.
Oh! Fight me.
Dispatch to squad. CTOS has identified a murder suspect near your location. Move to arrest. Over.
Yes, quiet. Get out of here. in.
I'm getting with you.
Literally. Oh, I'm in like a place.
No, is where you have to sneak into the one like server farm.
120 degrees. Dude. Oh, jeez.
Just not, right? That's what you do.
I got props this guy, bro.
Mm.
Let the police get you elsewhere.
Why you shut off? Get out of there, bro. Get right out of there. Oh, they know I'm here.
Get ready. Kill the trespasser.
But I'm only good at invading. Are you a pro? Like how do
This would be awkward if you were sharing these nachos with anyone but yourself. Nachos are now a meal, with your choice of double the seasoned beef or slow-cooked shredded chicken, plus a medium drink. The $5 Grande Nachos box, only at Taco Bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Texas Barbecue. I'm Jeremy Yoda. Today we have a special edition. We take you to Franklin Barbecue in Austin, Texas, and we show you the whole experience we have. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and
Yeah.
videos, you can leave a comment. I'll be looking to tell me what you think and use feedback on this video. But let's get into the video.
We can't get in.
Guys, so right now we're on our way to Franklin Barbecue in Austin. It's 2:20 in the morning. We're driving to Dallas. We got a really early spot now. We got coffee, we got lunch here, we got blankets. We're ready to stick out the whole waiting process. And this should be an amazing experience. It's a place I wanted to go to ever since I got into barbecue. It's finally happened. And checking with you guys after we get there and get set up and ready to wait for the sort of
Oh crap, they got it. Oh crap, they got it.
Outside the front door here, we pulled out one from this place, still up. And it was chilly out there. We're looking luckily, it's got some blankets, got some hot coffee, and a big jacket to keep us warm. We're going to hang out for about 7 hours, so It's part of the experience, though, I think, because if it weren't difficult, it wouldn't be as much fun. So the payoff would be less valuable if it were easy.
Sure,
Because it's
no.
hard, because it's super early in the morning, you have to wait a long time. It just makes it all that much more exciting when you finally get in there and finally get the style of food that you've been thinking about forever. So I'm really excited. I'm going to enjoy every bit of the process, from the cold weather to the long wait to the huge line of people. So I look forward to it. I feel like my toes are going to turn into icicles, but it's worth it.
You're almost out of the first mission?
Almost, yeah. Are you?
I've completed the game.
It'll serve. But I gotta create my own character.
You can change your
I
clothes.
gotta create my... Oh, I had to change. I had to make a.
Excellent.
Well.
Sicarios on the way to rematar these pinche pendejos.
Don't come up another floor.
We're back in Dallas now. We left Austin about noon because we were able to get through the line and get back. But to recap a little bit about our experience here, a lot of people have been telling me, oh yeah, don't go to Franklin, it's totally not worth the wait.
Alright. Person was looking straight at me and was like, area clear, moving on.
But I think it's a one-time experience. It's totally worth it. And I just want to recap about the food itself. So the hype behind the brisket is totally justified. It's the best brisket I've ever had. I pride myself on trying to make the best brisket possible, but that was better than mine. It had a really similar flavor, actually. The flavor was almost identical, but the level of moisture was better than the brisket at Franklin. And then also,
Oh my.
the tenderness was perfect. This was perfectly tender, but not falling apart. It was amazingly well done. The flavor was incredible. Now, the other things that I thought were highlights include the sausage. I love the sausage. The sausage tasted amazing. Great. I would highly recommend getting the sausage as well. Even though it's not maybe a superstar, proud drawing piece of meat, the sausage is incredible. Other things, the turkey, I didn't love. I mean, it wasn't bad, it was good, but it just wasn't, stellar like those other pieces were. And then the pulled pork, the texture, the tenderness was perfect. I just didn't care for the sauce, particularly they put some sauce on it when you order the pork. And I just wanted the experience just the way they normally do it. And so I didn't say anything about that.
Forget it, reinforcing.
The ribs were really good. I didn't love just the more basic seasoning that they did for other seasons, but the quality of the smoke flavor on the outside.
Can't make this simple for me. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, right here.
gang Chuck Foreman, delivering tacos from Tuesday. Whatever gang you...
Welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. It's May, it's National Barbecue Month. What better way to celebrate than putting a whole brisket out on the pit? That's exactly what I have today. Full pack of brisket. This one weighed in about 17 pounds before I trimmed a little bit on it. And what I did, I've got the flat and the point. That's what makes it a whole brisket. And I've just knocked some of the silver skin off of the meat side, tone this deckle end down a little bit to where it just smooths the brisket out. Now on the fat side, for this brisket, I want a 1/4 inch trim of fat. I don't want all the fat gone. So I'm just taking a little bit of it off and got a little bit of the skin off the bottom of the brisket. You can really see the transition here from the flat with the 1/4 inch of fat up into the point end of this brisket. This is where all your delicious fatty brisket's gonna come from, where that marbling is. We're gonna get some lean from the flat. Now for this style of brisket I'm doing today, I'm kind of taking that Central Texas style, keeping it simple, just using equal parts, good coarse salt, good coarse black pepper. It's going to get a good light coating of that, not too heavy. We want that brisket to shine through with that beef flavor, some of that smoke that we're going to get out on the pit. We're going to be using just a little bit of pecan wood. And traditionally, you see the folks in Texas use that post oak, a little bit harder wood. I don't have that where I'm at. We've got some pecan. That's the next best thing when you're doing a brisket out on the pit. So I've got equal parts of that salt and pepper in my shaker here. And I'm just giving the brisket a good coat. It's perfect for that side. Now we're going to come to the fat side, which is the side we're going to cook up for this style brisket. I'm going to get a good dose of salt and pepper on this side as well. Make sure you get the sides. All right. How easy is that? We've got a brisket seasoning. That's about all we need on it. Still want that meat to shine through. But what I do want is it to hang out for about an hour. Come up to room temp. That's perfect time while I'm outside getting the fire going in the pit. When you're cooking along with me on this recipe, it's going to be a long cook. Now, we're looking 12 hours. We're not really worried about the internal temperature from the get-go, but what we are worried about is the temperature of the pit. So today I'm going to be using my thermocube. Not only so I can watch the internal temperatures later in the cook, but I want to know what that pit is on the rack surface. And the thermocube lets me put 2 probes in it, watch both of those at the same time. We're going to go outside and get the Old Hickory fired up. We'll get this brisket out in just a few minutes. All right, we're out here at the Old Hickory today. I'm going to get this brisket right on the rack here. Do you notice when I put the brisket on the rack here, I've got my point to the back. And on my pit, that's where the heat's rolling in. Whatever kind of cooker you're cooking on at home, you want to make sure that the thickest part, that point end, is situated where most of your heat's coming in, and your flat, thinner portion of the brisket is up away from the heat. It's going to cook more even, area the red heat's going to go to that point which needs it to render down. I've also got that probe for my thermocube set right on the grate. It comes with a little grate clip, and I've got it set to 250 so I can monitor internal temperature on this Old Hickory. Now on this cooker, it's not as critical because it does a great job holding temps, but on your cookers at home, long cook time, you really want to know what that grate's going to do, and you want to maintain a steady, even temperature. Today I'm wanting to hold this brisket at 250 degrees the entire cook time. It's going to be the perfect temperature to render that fat down. Brisket's a big cut of meat. It's going to take a long time. It's tough. We want to break it down to where it's tender. That's exactly what we're going to do. Now, the first part of the cook, we've got it in the smoke. I've got some pecan on here, a little light smoke coming out the stacks. Exactly what I want. It's going to be some nice flavor to go with that salt and pepper we put on it. It's going to need about 5-6 hours to get to the right color. I'm not worried about internal temperature at this time. I'm just worried about pit temp. And when that brisket gets just the right color today, after about 5 or 6 hours, we're going to get it wrapped up. Instead of using foil, we'll be using red butcher paper. You're really going to get a great crust on this brisket. Now the brisket's been on the cooker here for 5 hours, and I haven't looked at it. That's kind of the key to cooking briskets. You're not opening that lid and going in. It's doing its thing inside that cooker. Now it should be dark enough to where it's going to be about time to wrap it. And I want to take a look after 5 hours holding it steady. You can see we've got some great color. We're starting to get that darkness to it. That's exactly what you want in brisket. The fat's still kind of soft. You got some juice piled up. We're not basting this brisket. We're not opening the door any. We're just letting the cooker do its job, letting that smoke penetrate, letting that salt and pepper work on the outside. And this is what I want to see. Now it's time to wrap it. So after 5 hours, I can get it inside. I'm going to get it wrapped up. We'll get it back out here and finish it up. 5 hours in, we got plenty of color on it. Now it's time to get it tender. To wrap this brisket today, I'm using something a little different than the traditional foil. I'm using this red butcher paper. It's kind of something they use in Central Texas when they're doing briskets because it's a little more permeable. It's going to let some of that steam out, a little bit of that, absorb some of that moisture, so the brisket's not just steaming as it cooks. We want it to get tender. We want to save this beautiful bark we've got going on it. That's exactly what the butcher paper is going to do. So I've laid out 2 strips of the red butcher paper because we're going to kind of do a double layer on it. We're just going to go over the top, kind of flip it over. Now there's no really right or wrong way to do it. You just want to get the paper up and
Where do I
around.
get my
Let this side hold it. And the fat side
Should have to like buy them from a store.
Stay up. So we're wrapped. Now we can go out to the grill, get the brisket back on, continue cooking it till we get the temperature. We're taking this brisket today to about 200 degrees internal. We're going to kind of go by feel when it gets there. This is the point I want to get a thermometer in it. We're going to go right through this paper when we get it out of the grill. One punch, we're going to monitor it the entire time with our thermocue out on the pit. Let's get it back outside. All right, so we got the brisket back on the pit. Went ahead and stuck the probe right in that front part of the flat, just in the thick part. That's where I want to get a good reading. You just want to make sure you don't go through the back side of the paper. You want to be right in the middle of the brisket. You can see on the thermocue here, we're about 165. That's right where you want it to be by the time you wrap. So now all we got to do is get it shut down. Hold this bit steady at 250. When it gets up to 200 degrees, we're going to be close to done. We're going to start checking it towards the end. We're looking at 2 or 3 more hours and we're going to be done with this brisket. Let's get the lid closed and get to cooking. All right, it's been 10.5 hours. This has been a long cook for this brisket. You can't hurry perfection though, but you'll see on our thermocue here, we've hit 200 degrees. That's exactly where I wanted that brisket to go. I raised the lid and checked it with my thermopen just to make sure it's feeling soft. That's what I wanted to feel. Now, this cook's not over. It's time to get it off the pit. But with any piece of meat, especially brisket, you've got to rest it. Now, this brisket's going to need at least a minimum of 2 hours. So we're still looking at a 12.5 hour time total. So I've got a dry cooler. The brisket just come off the pit. I'm going to drop it down in a pan inside the cooler. So now the brisket just needs to hang out for 2 hours. And it's also, if you're serving this brisket 4 or 5 hours later on, it's going to be perfectly fine in that cooler. And I can't stress how important this rest is for brisket. If we were to slice into it right now, we lose all that juice, all that texture, moisture we work so hard to keep in there. The rest lets that stop, reabsorb into the meat. That's why you see restaurants cook the briskets overnight, rest them all day until lunchtime, and then they're serving them. They're getting that moist, juicy brisket the whole time. It's exactly what we're going to have in just a little while. Stick with me. All right, I've had this brisket resting for 2 hours. And I can't wait any longer. I'm going to have to cut it for you so we can see what we're working with. I'm just going to peel back the butcher paper.
But are you, joinable? Like,
Oh,
wait.
media or multiplayer?
Just gives me a guideline.
Multiplayer.
Helps me get my slices right. I know the grain's running this way on this brisket flat, so I'm just going to start slicing. And I'll just go ahead and
multiplayer.
cut a little bit of that tip so I can kind of make my slices. Looks good. A little bit of that fat on top. I know that's going to be like just butter.
Stop, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Good smoke grain.
No.
That's what we want to see. Plenty of juice in this brisket.
I'm sorry.
That's what it's all about. You take that brisket slice, almost kisses on the knife. Take it, pull it. It's coming right apart. Wow. That's the flavor right there. So we got the flat nice and sliced up. It's time to cut this point up. I just like to hit it in half. This is where we're going to get some of that fatty ends, where your burn ends would come from. And I just kind of cut it across the grain the same way.
So can I just turn off the car
Juicier
and get in
than that
the
flat, because it's got more fat, more moisture in it. You can just see that juice run as we're cutting here. You can also make some burn ends from this end. What we do with those is turn this piece sideways, square them up a little bit, and pile of burn ends. Give me one of those. Best part of brisket right there, where all that flavor is. So whether you like it fat, you want it lean, if you're like me and you just love the burn ends, you can't go wrong with this Texas style butcher paper brisket. It was simple. All we did was hit it with some kosher salt, some black pepper, equal parts. Trim that fat down to a 1/4 inch on that brisket before we start. You gotta use the whole pack, flat and the point. Get it seasoned up, get it out in a 250-degree pit, cook it till you get the right color on the outside, wrap it up in the butcher paper, 2 layers, cook it till it's 200 degrees internal and give it that all-important rest. You're gonna have an awesome brisket. That pecan wood just comes through, salt and pepper seasons that beef perfectly. It is melt in your mouth. You gotta try this recipe at home. Hey, thanks for checking us out here at How to Barbecue Right today. Subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time.
Get the Pokemon in 1, 2, 3. No, you can't do that. Alright. No, you can't do that. I can change it all I want.
Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today I'm going to show you how to make brisket burn ends. Now the burn ends come from that fatty point end of the brisket. It's got all that marbling in it. As it melts, it's going to make those burn ends taste awesome. That's what gives them so much juice, so much flavor. Now when you're cooking burn ends, you can source just the point, that's great. But I always have trouble finding it, so I'm cooking a whole brisket today. I've got the flat end and the point. We're going to season that flat and we're going to cook it and make some great eating food. But I'm really concentrating on these burn ends today. I want to show you how I turn them into an awesome brisket burn end. Best part of that point, they're going to be great. Let's get to cooking. So for these burn ends, I'm starting with the whole 18-pound Packer brisket. Now, we want to get a lot of the fat off and get this thing trimmed up. There's a lot of drop on brisket, but you don't want to throw any of this fat or extra meat we're taking off because it's great to grind and turn into hamburgers. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of cut a line down right beside where that thick vein of fat is. We're going to separate that off the top of the brisket. It kind of connects the flat part and the point. Once you get it open, you can see where the point starts, and we're just going to start carving out the flat. We're going to cut it down and separate it all the way right up under the flat. That lets us work with just the point end, and the point's covered in fat. You flip it over, you're going to see a lot of the thick fat, and we want to cut all this off. We want to expose the meat. There's so much marbling in it that we don't need the excess fat for flavor, because it's going to melt from the inside.
So you don't see the multiplayer app on your phone?
Once we get the point all cleaned up, just want to remove any connective tissue that's on it, any of that sinew, it's ready to go. Now for the flat portion of this brisket, I'm just cutting the fat off the bottom to
There's different clothing stores, yeah.
a little bit of the fat off the top. I'm not getting real aggressive here. I just want to clean it up a little so it makes some nice even slices. So now that we've got the brisket trimmed, this is what we have. We've got the fat separated out, shaped to make some awesome slices down it. But then we've got our point. This is what we're concentrating today for our burn ends. You see we took the fat off of it. You still see that marbling through it. We're going to be able to cook this whole, get some bark and some smoke on the outside, and then we're going to cube it up later on into those burn ends. The first thing we're going to do is get our seasoning on it. The brisket needs a ton of salt and a ton of pepper. So my AP rub works perfect here. Hey, if you just want to use salt and pepper, go ahead. That makes a great brisket too. And I'm giving it a good dose of AP to start. Front side and back side. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and season this flat. You can see we still have a 1/4 inch of fat at the bottom of that flat. That's perfect. I like a little bit of fat on the bottom of each slice. That looks good. Flip it over. A little bit of that salt, pepper, garlic. AP rub right on top of this. Hey, now we need some barbecue flavors on this brisket. I'm going with my B-barbecue rub. You can use your favorite rub, whatever you like. Flat's going to get the same treatment. A little barbecue rub on bottom. rub on top. It'll make some good bark on this brisket. The last thing that I add to my brisket is a little texture, a little bit of pop, some salt, some extra coarse ground peppers. That's my steak rub. You don't have to put it on bottom. It's just going on top. It'll cook down into the meat. It's going to create a crust, a good bark on top. All right, we're going to let the briskets hang out here on the cutting board. Let these rubs work on those flavors, get into the meat. We're going to fire up our smoker. I'm cooking on my old hickory today, but you can cook on any pit you want. It's going to fire it up. To get my old hickory pit going, I'm just starting with the chimney full of charcoal. Use a couple wax starter cubes to get the fire going. After about 20 minutes, those coals are good and hot. We're going to add them to the firebox of the old hickory pit, slide it back in, and just let the temperature come up to about 250. We're going to put the meat on, and then we'll add some wood. So just shut the door and let the temps climb. If you cook it on any other pit, just hold it steady at 250 degrees. All right, I got the old hickory fired up. It's up to about 250. Actually, it crept just a little bit over. That's okay, because we don't have anything on it. We'll get it opened up here, get a rack out. We're going to be ready to put these briskets on. First, we're going to put our point on. You want to make sure whenever you put brisket on the grate, you place it exactly like you want it to cook, because that's the way it's going to start forming.